Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick. With me, joining us for the second time, is Eric. Say hello to the people, Eric.
How's it going?
Hey, E-Rock.
Also with us this week, joining us again, and whenever we have him on the podcast, we have no topics, is Towel. Say hello to the people, Towel.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
Nice to have you back.
Nice to be here. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Also, last but not least with us this week, Gameface. Say hello to the people, Gameface.
Hey, guys. Kind of half-conscious here.
Yeah.
It's really hot in this room.
You look it.
I know, it's really fucking hot in this room. I wanted to turn on the fan, I went over there and clicked and it did nothing.
Maybe you did it wrong.
You can't really do it wrong with that fan.
Doing it wrong. Doing it wrong.
Did you plug it in? Usually that's the first thing I check.
Yeah,
He's
it's
actually
plugged in.
checking to see if he plugged it in.
It is plugged in.
That's not a good sign.
It is plugged in.
Not with us today for this podcast is Slacker Chan. Don't say hello to the people, Slacker Chan.
Okay.
Yeah, you won't be annoyed by Slacker Chan this time.
Who's Slacker?
Tim.
Tim.
Oh.
Tim!
Why, was he annoying last time? Or
Ponies.
Oh, damn it.
We talked
Fucking
about
ponies.
fucking ponies.
Oh,
Like,
about the
and-
fucking
and-
ponies.
And peeners.
just set your clothes on fire.
Oh, crap. Go out. Please go out.
Okay.
Went out.
911? I'm on it.
Okay. I set
Oh,
my
we're good.
pants on
Okay.
fire, but
Okay.
fortunately they burned themselves out.
Just
So, Eric, since we all know how our weekend went, we'll talk about it in a little bit. How was yours?
It was alright. Didn't really do anything, because I'm kind of broke, but whatever.
Being broke sucks.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I got another copy of Skyrim, so I can play that again, and I did last night. You never know just how much you miss killing dragons until you get to do it again. You know?
I usually run from them because they're kind of scary.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Well, my character's level 47 at this point, so he's pretty darn good at killing them, so...
Mustache! Oh, I'm great.
Well, Eric has decided to, since it's too late, he's not going to be drinking anything. He says that keeps him up, which strikes me as a little odd, but...
No, I'm like that too. I just have no self-resolve.
That's cool.
Yeah, I founded so many beers in my lifetime, it's just like water to me now.
Yeah, pretty much. H2O.
Yeah.
Gatorade.
The rest of us, though, we are drinking Genesee Cream Ale. You guys want to crack?
Yeah, let's crack.
Sure, let's crack
Let's
it.
crack
Let's crack this bitch.
Release the Kraken!
You're all about the crack, aren't you?
Yeah. You did it too.
It's been a while, I think, since we've actually had cans, and cans sound so much better when you're cracking
Yeah.
them.
It's alright. It's okay.
You
talking
described it
quality.
as once as like every single time we crack a beer on the podcast, it's like, what, a warming splash? Just
Splashing sensation in the back of your throat that you feel when you listen to our show.
Me and
I
Alex, what's up?
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you that, Eric, but we always have a beer when
What's that?
podcast.
Yeah,
Good choice.
Yeah.
yeah, you got whipping over
And
there.
Alex and I are on
I have
smoking
Yingling at the
cigar.
fridge.
Well,
Me and
how
Jason
long ago was it that?
Cigar fags, so
Yeah,
we're
we are,
smoking.
yeah.
What, Dutch Master?
Yeah, right. Usually they usually roll up hot, right? The wrapper.
Something like that. Past
Yeah.
the Dutchie.
That's Dutch.
On the left-hand side.
How long ago was it that Ohio got Yingling?
It was a few months, man. It was probably like early fall, and it was maybe the greatest week of my life.
Really?
Oh, I'll never forget
Yeah.
that weekend. It was so good.
Really, because we drink a lot of. I mean, it's from Pennsylvania, so of course
Yeah,
we
pretty
drink a
close
lot
by,
of it.
actually. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of close.
Cheap local stuff.
Pottstown, that's eastern,
It's fairly
eastern
close to
edge
me.
of the
I'm from
state.
Allentown, actually, so that's why.
About halfway.
It's surprising, like that stuff's so good, and it's as much as like the really shitty stuff. So man, I drink it pretty much daily.
Yeah,
It is
it's
delicious.
one of the best cheap beers. If you ever get to try Genesee, it's from New York actually, and it's not
I
great.
haven't had it yet.
It's not quite as good as Yingling,
Yeah.
but it's way cheaper, and it tastes different than a typical macro brew.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
kind of a malty sweet taste to
What,
it.
like 14 for a 30 pack or something?
Yes. Well, it was on. That's because it was on sale, but yeah,
Excuse me,
it comes
what?
pretty cheap.
Yeah, that is really fucking cheap. 14 for
Yeah,
the-
give it-
I love Yingling though. My parents drink it a lot, and it's you can get it anywhere around here. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
bought a 6-pack of the Yingling Porter today, so I tried that a little while ago. That's just pretty good.
their porter's pretty good. If you ever see their Bock around, that's nice, rich kind of a toasty.
I haven't had that. I've had the black.
the
Black and tan.
I'm not a fan of the black and tan, personally.
Yeah, there's something
I like.
It's good. It's good sometimes, and then sometimes it isn't. Oh, you butt. Are there any more cold ones in there?
No, this is my cold one.
You butt knuckle.
I put it in the freezer early. I was like, yeah, I'll just save it for later tonight. Now I'm gonna drink it, see how good it is compared to the warm one.
I'm sure it tastes better.
I bet you.
Cold beer is pretty much always better.
Nah, dude, not always. Not always. Depends on the beer. But we're beer fags too, so that's why I wouldn't say that.
Hey Eric, have I
Much
ever
better, much
had
better.
you try Negro Modelo?
It's awesome.
I don't think I've tried. I might have tried it. I don't know. It sounds kind of familiar.
It's a dark ale imported from Mexico, and it's the smoothest dark ale that I personally have ever had. It is. I like it a lot.
What did you think of the Stone Russian Imperial the other night that I gave you?
That was banging.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it. Well, I drank it, didn't I?
Well,
But then again, Paul.
don't drink anything
Paul-
beer sometimes.
Yeah, Paul brings home Miller constantly, and I
Which is
drink
horrible.
that.
Which is horrible.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not exactly wild about Miller.
I used to drink that with him, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Yeah, I know it's all, but whatever.
I don't get it. Okay.
I
cool.
gotta get my meme energy out. It's a quote from Skyrim.
Oh, that's why I
And-
didn't get it.
I
It's
used
always-
to be an
I used-
adventurer like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee.
And
Wonderful.
they filled that in with everything. It's like I used to da-da-da-da-da-da, but then I took an arrow to the knee.
Did it.
Boot to the head. Yeah. The hood.
I used to walk, then I took an arrow to the knee.
I think it's been used even more times than the all your base are belong to us.
All your
And-
base.
and that's saying a lot.
Base, all your base.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Are belong to us.
Because it fits into so many situations. Someone argues with you something on the internet. It's like, yeah, I used to think that too. Then I took an arrow to me. Yeah.
And I thought, I used to. Dude, you're blowing ash on my keyboard. Seriously, blew ash on my keyboard.
I would say sorry,
Man.
but I'm not, so.
What an asshole.
I know.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. Go to hell. Anyway, moving on.
As for us, actually, we've done a lot this weekend. We started off by going to see Avengers again.
You did a lot this weekend, and we did even more.
Yeah,
I
truly.
mean, that's partially my fault, but whatever. Well, it's
Kinda.
also partially your fault because you're a little crybaby. But,
What a bitch.
No, I'm
Fuck
just
you.
playing. I'm just playing. I know.
What a bitch.
I know how it
Fuck
goes.
you! I thought I was gonna throw up.
And then he laughs.
I honestly thought I was gonna throw up, but I didn't.
Then you,
Yeah, you weren't looking too good the night before.
but then you took an arrow to the knee.
I wasn't sounding too good.
That was terrible.
You weren't looking too good or sounding right. Sounding
Yeah.
good
Smash, man.
You and I watched
either. Major League.
Major League.
Yes,
yeah.
we did. Yes,
Nice.
we did. First time I've ever seen it. It was pretty good.
I love Major
Not
League.
great,
I'm sure
but
you
pretty
love
good.
Major League too, Eric.
Charlie?
Yeah, it's a good movie. I haven't seen it. Oh, but it was always pretty funny.
And then you and I watched The Naked Gun.
Yes, we did. Or wait, I think Major League was when I came, like, that night.
Yeah.
And then the next night we watched Naked Gun.
And let's
Yeah.
not forget, we saw a rollerblading Amishman.
Yes, that's very true. And
We
Harrisburg.
didn't
No way.
that.
No shit.
Okay, Harrisburg is hardly Amish country. I mean, Amish country starts like maybe half an hour east of here, but you will see them occasionally because we got the farm show complex, and there's some rural areas dotting around the metropolitan area. We're helping my parents move. Another big bullet point of the weekend, and I'm driving my dad's Explorer down Cameron Street, which is kind of abandoned. You go down there and you get like funk music in your head because it's such a retro-looking street. And like, I see this thing. There's this whole like 2 or 3 blocks that are just abandoned and have been for years and years. So there's this really tall grass, and I see this thing moving towards it across the street, so it's coming the opposite direction. And I was like, what is that? Is that a robot? It was like hunched down, and so it was like almost just barely visible over the tall grass. And then we got closer, and it was a straw hat. And there was this freaking Amish guy on rollerblades ducking with his hands on his knees, just like flying down the sidewalk, and he stood up to like build up momentum again, and then he ducked down again. I was like, what is that guy doing?
Yeah, I saw it for 1 second, but he's absolutely right. It's true. We did say
It's
that. And you thought it was a
horrifying.
robot at first,
Yeah.
right? And you're like, no, that's an Amishman. Wow.
Rollerblade.
Wonder if he
Midnight.
builds barn.
What's that?
Wonder if he wears them when he builds barns.
Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know,
Maybe
man.
you'll see him again someday.
A couple years ago, I was down in Amish country in Ohio, and I saw Amish midget. Like I swear, and it changed.
Oh man, that's right. There is Amish country in Ohio.
Is there?
I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're kind of scattered, and the big one is in Lancaster. But there's also Amish in
They're all.
Ohio and I think in New York and possibly in Delaware.
I usually stay away 'cause they creep me out, man. They got some hairy knuckles, and I just don't know. It just creeps me out.
I'm scared of hairy knuckles, man.
Midgets or Amish people?
Hey man,
Amish people. You ever seen one handle an orange?
handle what?
An orange. Fucking disturbing.
Oh well, I mean, haven't you ever seen Sex Drive? They can fix a Pontiac like no one else.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's a funny movie.
While they
It's
were
alright.
doing that, I was editing last week's podcast, and as of this
Okay.
recording, it is not uploaded yet because I've tried and tried and tried for the last 2 fucking days, and it won't do it. It just won't fucking. It gets like 40% done, and then stalls out and quits on me, and then it starts all over again, and I'm like, what the shit? I don't know why it's doing it, and it takes it forever to get to the 40% because
We got
our
that
internet's
far.
Maybe it's that time of the month.
Hmm?
Maybe it's that time of the month for the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure,
We got that
very
far,
It's the time.
and we all took an error to the name. No, yeah. We switched internet providers recently, and I think it was a mistake
A steak. It was a steak.
on his steak.
Paul was like sitting here trying to get something on his Roku thing to load, and he's like, "Did Alex get that cheaper package one? Because I told him not to do that."
Yeah.
No,
got
I
$100
got
off
the-
his rent for that. Or something.
No, I got the $50 plan.
I don't know. That's what he was bitching about. Like, Alex had better not have gotten that cheaper one because it's not supposed to be like this. And there are times when it is genuinely faster than the internet we used to have, and then there are times where it goes through like hours and hours of just painful, slow, and
Kind of like our last internet.
yeah,
Dial-up
Just-
speeds, fun.
yeah, Eric. I was literally getting dial-up speeds uploading this. I mean, like 4 kilobits a second. Yeah, 56K, 4 kilobits a second upload speed at the most. You could do that with a dial-up modem. It was painful. And then I got,
that drives me nuts.
yeah, it was driving me nuts. Then I got a cable and I plugged it directly into the modem. I was getting about 12, and it was uploading a lot faster. Still pretty slow, but a lot faster because that's about 3 to 4 times. It was going about 3 to 4 times as much as it was, but it still got like a big chunk into it, and then quit uploading, and then started all over again from point 0. And I don't know why it's doing that. It's driving me insane. So I might have to do something like
Boot to the head.
go to Barnes and Noble and take my laptop with me and use their internet just to get this stupid thing to upload.
Sucks.
Lewis, I've made a discovery. What's that, Simon? Our house is on fire. I don't know, I just thought back to when Ian said that yesterday.
Because Ian's the man.
Yeah.
Ian is the man. He should be on the podcast again sometime, damn it.
Yeah. No,
Def-
smeg him.
Definitely.
He's a butt tard.
But Paul.
Butt tard.
Yeah, it's like a butt retard. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I love my
It
butt
made
brother.
sense in your head. That's cool.
We went and we burned his childhood tonight. It
Yeah,
was his
it was
idea,
fun.
though.
Yeah, we went out in the middle of the woods right by the river, and we had like
We got
a fire going, and we were kept throwing stuff in. It's like, yeah, no, that tape has fucking episodes of Dragon Ball Z on it. Throw it into the fire.
No!
Things like that.
Did you have to throw it in the fire 30 times before something ever happened?
Good one.
Burn. I did notice that about
What's-
Dragon Ball Z when my brother watched it all the time. That's part of the reason why I never
How
cared
many
for the show.
DBZ characters does it take to change a light bulb? Only one, but it'll take him 3 episodes. Oh, it's hot in here.
I know. I wanted to turn on the fan, but it
You
shorted
said that
out.
before, you dumb
Yeah,
thing.
it sucks though.
Even though he's not a dumb thing.
Yeah, I know. I am.
I know you are.
First time I heard that phrase, "you dumb dago," it was actually someone
Rocky.
saying it to my mom.
I thought it was Rocky.
No, it was my uncle saying it to my mom. And then he turned it until he figured out that he was part Italian too, and we made fun of him
It was
for
okay.
it.
For it. Yeah, it was cool. Did he know that he was Italian, or? He
Yeah,
found out?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well,
His name is Madeira.
Oh, well, there you go. You didn't give me that fact until now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really fucking warm in here. Makes me want to like.
It's nice to have a cold beer and such, you know.
Oh, screw
Oh,
you.
screw you.
Well, it is kind of our fault. We didn't have
Yeah.
the hindsight.
That's okay.
Foresight.
Foresight.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And other than that, we went to a couple of bars, had some beers, and some good food, and they brought my pizza.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I had Chicago style pizza, which was awesome.
oh yeah.
But
Yeah, we tipped them like $1 inside a pitcher because they kept forgetting things.
yeah, they forgot. They brought
I
everybody
don't
else their
usually do
food,
that.
and then like 20, 30 minutes later, I'm like, where the fuck is my food?
You're like
And-
Koopa in the Super Mario Brothers movie. Where's my pizza?
Yeah,
My pizza.
I was
want
like
my
that.
pizza. Fly.
and I went up and I was like, they got their food, and I didn't get mine, and I was just
I get your
wondering.
Or both
And then
smoke
like
out, that's cool too.
5 or 10 minutes later, the
Fly.
this black guy came back with my fucking food, and I was like, oh, thank God, finally, I can eat. I've been starving, you know? This is like all we do when Jason's here, is we sit here and insult each other.
Yeah, you little piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck you.
Dickhole.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
I know, right?
Yeah, just go fuck yourself.
Fuck you,
Okay.
Jason.
Shut the fuck up, you little bitch.
This is like the small cast. Hey, so did you have any haggis when you were in Scotland?
Faggots.
No.
How about faggis? He actually said that.
Yeah,
He's a
because
funny guy.
Scott Mosher was... Have you ever listened to Smodcast, dude?
No, I'm not as big as Kevin Smith fan.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah,
That's
I like him. Like, I don't know. Before he got kicked off the plane, I thought he was funnier before that.
kicked off the plane.
I remember that.
Yeah, because he was too fat or something.
Yeah.
Well, I really like Clerks and Clerks 2 and Dogma and
And
Jane and Silent Bob Strike Back and Mallrats. I really like all of those.
Zack and Mary make a pornos.
I haven't seen that one.
It's a good.
So I've heard.
See it.
But he does his podcast he does with his producer Scott Mosher, and Scott Mosher was telling this story about going to Scotland with a friend of his who happened to be male.
Scott
And-
Mosier is a very gay straight person. Kind of like my brother.
And and then of course Kevin Smith, being Kevin Smith, was making it out to be a honeymoon with his husband the entire fucking time and calling him gay. And that was one of the things he said. Did you have any haggis while you were in Scotland? No. How about some faggis? Did you have any of that? But there's actually some really, really funny podcasts that he's done, and I'm sure he's a lot better at it than I am hosting a podcast. I try,
You
though.
do good enough. Cheers to you, Josh.
Beers to you.
Cheers to you, fucker.
Well, he's like not making fun of me for a change. I'm shocked.
I'm changing.
Yeah, right.
I'm changing.
But tomorrow
Fine,
you'll be
don't
like,
fucking believe me.
Into something more comfortable.
yeah, you'll wake up tomorrow and you'll be like, yeah, fuck you, Josh.
More than likely.
And then you'll be like, yeah, I changed
I
back into
changed back to
Jason.
who I was.
And then you'll be
Happy.
like, fact, 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 fact.
I'll just say it to you. I'll say, bye, Josh. Have a good one.
I'll wake up to that. I'll be getting ready for work at 6:30 in the morning. I'll just leave the house to the sound of bag.
I'll be yelling it from the window. Bag. Have a good day. Bag.
He'll just like run to your fucking
like, no,
room and like lean out your window, and then he'll be like, "Fag," and you'll be like,
Bag.
"Fuck you."
Bag.
Cracker.
And then you'll be like leaving, and you'll be like, "Hey,"
Wow.
and you'll send him a text message, "Hey, fag, I'm leaving. I just wanted you to know that you're a fag, and I'm
just in case
leaving."
you forgot, you're still a fag. See you later, fag. Have a good faggot month. We'll see you next fucking month, fag. Bye, fag.
I'll get two text messages. One that says, "Hey, I'm already in Allentown, but I came back in time to call you a fag." And then I'll hear get another one like, "Hey, I'm still at your house, fag." Like after that,
Oh, fuck.
think about it. It's a prime paradox.
It is a prime paradox,
I'm stupid.
and one that Jason
Me
will
too.
somehow manage to make a reality, just so he can call you a fag twice.
You're a quadruple fag, so shut the fuck up.
It's like when Andrew
Fuck you.
heard that stupid joke, and the girl's like, "I'll bet you can't go 24 hours without telling someone that joke." And he's like, "Oh, I bet I will make it at least a day without telling this joke, just to spite you." And then, like, the next day, I was in the car with him, and he's like, "Oh, snap! It's midnight! I get to tell this joke to you now!" Okay, so mama whale and a baby whale are swimming around an iceberg. What's the mama whale say to the baby whale?
I don't know.
Whales don't speak English.
Yes. Good night.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Mary just said good night.
Yep. Bye, Mary.
Yep.
Primary.
Primary.
Just so everyone knows, I am flying home on Wednesday. I will be there.
Alright, yeah. Good
I,
times.
Dude,
I'm
you
sorry.
put the cigar right down on the microphone cord.
I will be there. I will be there till the 11th. Then I will fly back here. I want to record at least one podcast over Skype while I'm down in Texas, so that I can get
E3.
a pre-E3 show in,
E3.
which I want to do next, which I was wanting to do for this next upcoming weekend. But this one I will edit it and get it up while I'm in Texas, so you guys will have at least two to listen to while I'm there.
He's gonna get it up.
And always turning it into a gay thing, Jason.
Oh, didn't I?
It's just a sex thing. I didn't say anything about it, anything gay. That's you, faggot.
You were gonna turn it into something gay. I know you.
You got penis in the mind all the time.
So when you had your three-way with the Three Musketeers,
Oh,
what?
God.
What's this?
Oh, there was this thing. It was the one time he was on his way back from Texas, and he got held up at the airport, and it was like this great big to-do. And me and him and Andrew had the podcast that one night, and he was telling his story about how he got stuck at the airport. And all he did was at the beginning, was at one point in the story, was he mentioned stopping at a mini mart at the airport to get a Three Musketeers bar. And he was
And a
like,
drink.
whoa, wait a minute, you had all three of the Musketeers? And for the rest of the podcast, Andrew's like, okay, so wait a minute. So when you had your threesome with the Musketeers, did you get a mustache ride? And he would not let it go.
Andrew, every single time I was like, let's move on, and then Andrew would
no,
bring it up again. I was
I
like,
want to hear about your escapades with the Three
I don't want
Musketeers.
to put my wiener in a baby. That's not the story. I dedicate this podcast to Andy.
Man brew.
Yeah.
The guy,
He's going through
poor
some
guy,
stuff right
was
now.
over at our house
Yeah.
for like an hour today, and he's on so much Valium that he sounds drunk.
Yeah.
yeah, he really
He's going
does.
through some stuff.
Cheers.
He's the man. Cheers to Andrew. God
Beers
damn it. Come on.
straight
Yeah.
edge
God
Andrew.
damn it. There you go. There you go. Cheers.
Although does it count? I mean, straight edge doesn't prohibit you from
I don't
doing
know. There's no
What?
standards for straight edge. He
They
says
make it
there
up.
are, but I don't listen to him.
Are you talking what about drinking?
The drugs that he's on.
Oh.
Yeah, because like I don't know if being on prescription drugs or drugs that are prescribed to you would violate his straight edgedness.
Well, I think he'd
That's
probably
what's-
he'd probably kill himself if he wasn't on them right now.
More than
So
likely.
Yeah, well, it's a must.
So is alcohol.
Sorry for dragging this into depressing territory, Eric.
Anyways,
I'm crying.
yeah.
Over someone you have probably never heard of before.
He's a cool guy.
Pretty much.
He's I don't know. He was at least he had a fairly positive outlook when I was talking to him today.
Yeah.
And that's always a bad sign, so.
What?
It was weird hearing him say that he was thinking about starting to drink again, though.
It was 2005 when no, wait, was it 2006? I think it was like late 2005. Sorry about the cigar smoke, by the way.
That's mine.
Well, I just exhaled.
Well, I didn't really actually.
Well, you like men.
Bitch.
I'm just over here smoking. You're exhaling smoke at me,
Yeah.
and the only difference is it's been in your. Never mind.
My mouth. What? It was like it was up my ass or something. What the hell is going on?
That would be impressive.
Farting smoke?
Bet dragons can do that.
I don't know. I haven't
There's a-
seen one do that in Skyrim.
Ringling
That would be
Brothers,
funny,
the circus around here, or no, it's Barnum and Bailey is doing a Dragons Expo. I have no idea what that's supposed to be, but
It's probably
I bet
just large lizards.
freaking amazing. Yeah, but see, large lizards aren't really exciting. I mean, they're cool as hell, but they're cool as awesome. But
Well,
like,
the Komodo dragon is like the closest thing you're gonna get to a dragon, you know?
yeah, but I mean, they're cool, but they're not circus material. They're not exciting. They're cool like John Wayne is cool. You wouldn't see John Wayne at a rodeo circus, whatever that
Actually,
is.
you might.
That's just like your opinion.
That would be gay.
He would be like probably, although you'd probably see him in the stands watching the rodeo circus.
I could see him standing there. They're trying to put on an act, and like that, he's just standing there being cool. And then like when they
He's
motion
John Wayne.
for him,
That's what he does.
and then when they motion for him to make his move, he shoots a mime. Hey,
and the
what kind of
mime,
laugh was that?
I don't know. I was
and
trying
the
to, I was trying
mime
to
didn't
find a-
scream.
The mime did not scream.
See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
I saw it.
I think he's
You
a
made a
man.
gesture.
Man.
Yes. Very nice.
I'm reduced to quoting Yogscast here.
Reduced.
Oh gosh. Oh Tim, you
You-
freaking got me into these people.
You quote the man
Man.
thing all the time.
Repairman,
Man. You quote the man thing from Yogscast all the freaking time, though.
Man drives a Prius.
A prize.
He described Andrew. That's what he did.
It's like, would it be possible, Eric? I don't know if you're familiar with the Yogscast.
No, I haven't heard it.
It's they do video game podcasts. It's usually kind of like a let's play, but
It's all about
it's
Minecraft.
It's not all about Minecraft. That's actually one of like the 5 games that they commentate on. It's just the only one that Tim really watches. I think they do Skyrim stuff. They do WoW. They do some other like RPGs that are like online RPGs, but they primarily do online games, or not online, but multiplayer games. And they conference call, and they basically kind of do a let's play.
Yeah. Instead of let's play, it's gay.
Let's gay?
It's gay.
Oh, smeg you.
Smeg yourself.
But they did this one where they're just talking about making up superheroes, and it's like, it would be possible to make up a character. They're really British. That's nothing special about him, just that he's a man, and his name would be Man, and that's his superpower, is that he's a man.
And then he ate his own shit.
And then he ate his own shoes. What?
You show this thing to like fucking everybody.
Yeah, well, it's funny because they're like, man. What is he? What is? No, it's no cape, just a scarf to keep warm. Scarves, cape's not to keep warm. Why does Superman need to keep warm? What? Okay, what does he drive? BMW, Prius. What, a hybrid? Yes, man cares about the environment. Man drives a Prius.
He basically described hipsters.
He has an Apple Macintosh. He goes to Starbucks a lot.
He wears really tight.
He wears a
clothing at the
he
front
wears
of the
a
shop.
trendy scarf and has a trendy haircut with highlights.
Some nice sunglasses. No, nothing extraordinary at all.
That's too
he-
conventional.
Like I said, dude, he fucking described a hipster in this video.
Man,
and that's what it
is
is.
sounding less and less man.
So do I.
Hipsters.
Fucking like,
Andrew is so stereotypically hipster that he keeps going off on ways in which he's not a hipster.
Yeah, they think I'm a hipster.
It's
I'm
like,
not
well,
really.
I'm only a hipster because people have dubbed me that. Yeah, because you went out of your way to look like that in the last 2 years.
yeah, he really has. When I first knew him, he didn't really look like a hipster, but now,
He just
my
kind of looked
God,
like counterculture. Like,
Like a
yeah.
cult. I thought you could say a cult.
when I first knew him,
got
he
his septum
really did
pierced.
just look like counterculture. But then he got his septum pierced, and he got a trendy haircut, and he started wearing things like cardigans all the time.
and he got like poetry tattooed onto his forearm.
Yeah, he got poetry tattooed onto both
No
arms.
joke.
Wait, what was that? What was the meaning of that on his forearm right
The
there?
names, they were the names of the muses.
Okay.
And then on the other arm it says, "When I die, 1,000 birds will fly out of my mouth."
That's deep.
I guess, and deep into his mouth. Oh!
Steep throat? Hurts? Ew.
Yeah,
Next time.
we don't really have topics. We just kind of talk about whatever.
Hey, don't
fuck.
kick me, fucker.
Next,
That's the next
topic. Charlton Heston.
He's
Great
seen
actor.
a lot of monkeys in
Yeah.
his day, right?
Yes. You know, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Yes, and monkeys do too, if they've got a gun.
I haven't. I want to see the second Planet of the Apes movie,
I know.
Beneath the Planet of the Apes, because like I've only seen the first one and I've seen the new Rise of the Planet of the Apes,
Which
and
is
they were
really good.
That's a good movie.
Mm-hmm. The Rise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. It was actually really good.
yeah,
Surprise.
it's a rarity when a reboot like that is really really good, but that one was excellent. Did you see? Have you seen the original, Eric?
Yeah, years ago.
With Charlton Heston? My mom bought me that on Blu-ray for
Blu-ray.
Christmas, and she's like, "You'll probably really like this," and she was right. I absolutely love it. It's a great flick.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
You know, I asked my parents for two things for my birthday. They're like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I said, one of two things. I want.
Boot to the head and then
A real girl to talk to.
Oh, zing!
But I said I wanted either Mass Effect 3 for the PlayStation 3.
Or a cock in your mouth.
Fuck you.
Hmm.
Or the Nokia N-Gage.
Oh
QD.
no!
If I do get the Nokia N-Gage, I'm definitely doing a video review of that for the website and putting that up on the fucking YouTube
And I
channel.
will call you on I will call you on it with my retro phone.
Yeah. You remember me taking a picture of that thing and sending it the 80s phone that I took a picture of and sent to you, Eric?
I'm trying to think. I got a shitty memory. I think I remember.
The Zach Morris Saved by the Bell cell phone.
That's-
Some say about the bit.
Yeah, that's what it fucking looks like.
I love
But-
that thing.
Yeah, it actually works. He can call me from it if he wants, as long as I get a
I just
card.
usually don't want to.
As long as I get a card
Yeah.
for the Engage QD, he can
But
call
you
the
would have
Engage
to
from
get
it.
you would have to get the PCS version because the CDMA version doesn't use a SIM card.
Just saying.
Just
I don't
saying.
even know if there's two different versions of the fucking thing. I just want one that works.
Probably, if it's only one or the other, it's probably PCS because PCS is like universal. It's like a worldwide cell phone standard.
Do they even have two versions back in 2003?
Yeah,
Okay,
course.
because it's from 2003.
they actually had three different technologies back then. PCS, CDMA, which like Verizon and Alltel and Sprint use now, and TDMA, which AT&T used to use, but that's outdated now.
Yeah,
That's
I'd
tough.
like to get like a SIM card and stick in it so that I can actually make phone calls from the piece of shit. I don't want to get the original version of the Engage because you still there?
Hi.
Yeah, sorry, it cut out.
Oh,
I thought our internet was cutting out there.
it was kind of sounded weird there. Oh well.
I'll have to cut that out when I'm editing the damn thing later on.
Let's do that.
Skype says I'm not even fucking connected. That makes no sense.
That's kind of disconcerting.
To say the least. It says it's connecting, but I'm still talking to Eric, so...
That's bullshit.
On a stick.
Skype fail.
Scale?
At least it's still recording, right?
Yes.
You're very punny.
You're punny.
You're the punnier
Yeah.
one. Something funnier.
You're very pony. Not really.
God, I hope not. No, Tim is, and
Grown.
Ponyfag is a fag.
.com.
Yeah.
The official
We're gonna
website.
make a website about
Yeah,
it.
anti-ponyism.
And it's just gonna be a collection of his rants.
Yeah, we were gonna make a website called ponyfagisafag.com, and all that it's gonna be is like,
A funny picture of Tim that we have with like a Swiffer handle in his hair for some reason.
and then it was, you're gonna click on the picture and it's gonna lead to a bunch of rants that he's had over the course of the year or two that we've been doing the podcast.
He does do some good rants. Like when he really gets off on a topic that he's passionate about. He doesn't. I don't think he really watches much anime.
Eric?
Yeah, cut me out again.
So I noticed.
Huh? Strange.
Weird.
Yeah. It just goes out and it says connecting. Signs me back in.
Yeah, it did the exact same thing on this end. I don't know why it's doing that. Probably our shitty internet.
This podcast is a
But I've got like a line connected fucking directly to the modem, so it's not like we're using the wireless. So I don't know why it's cutting out. It
Weather.
shouldn't be.
It's the weather.
It's the weather, dude. Yeah.
We need to go unbolt the old satellite dish from our landlord's porch and just set it up in this room and hold the modem right in the middle of it so
There you go.
it at the tower.
That's what you're the idea, man.
Yeah, it sounds
It
like.
would probably beam you over here or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just like suddenly appear in your living room and be like, "Oh, hi Eric. I have."
Why is David Hasselhoff and a donkey in here too? Because John Stamos was
Would not be caught dead Gumby. Maybe Pokey, but not Gumby.
I highly doubt that Eric has seen that.
Yeah, it's a
Alex.
pretty obscure reference.
Sounds
It's from Grandma's Cookies.
kisses. Oh, yes.
Yeah. David Hasselhoff! David Hasselhoff would not be caught dead with Gumby. Freaking Gumby.
I got a boner.
Fuckface McGee. Yeah, that entire thing made absolutely no sense. They did something similar with like a series of videos that they did before that. There was
King of the Hill?
it was Gumby
Hmm.
and Pokey.
And David Hasselhoff?
Gotta be.
I don't know. I don't think David Hasselhoff was involved. Somehow I doubt David Hasselhoff was
He was
involved
executive
in it.
producer.
Well, David Hasselhoff was in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
He was?
Yes.
true. Yes, he was.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he had a cameo. I said, "Hi, I'm David Hasselhoff."
Good for you. Now get the fuck out.
Never saw it. Ian saw it. Ian said it was rather hilarious.
I don't know. His laugh always annoyed me, so I never really cared for the
I love SpongeBob. I watch that shit all the time. The movie's funny too.
He does have an annoying laugh, but the show does have its moments. My annoying gay friend and like his buck buddy like watch it all the time.
Who's that?
Colin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what I thought you
Well,
said.
That was a
Colin got
random
sick
guess.
of it because of Matt,
Dean.
and then Dean died.
And then Dean
but-
died. And then Dean died.
Between the two of them, I realized that between like if you have like premium cable, between about 3 or 4 different channels, there's pretty much an episode of SpongeBob playing at any given time in the day.
SpongeBob.
I don't know. It has its moments. I got a kick out of it.
I don't know. There's some old like Nickelodeon cartoons that I absolutely fucking love.
Doug!
Doug was the
Yeah,
man.
Doug was awesome. I loved Doug.
Rugrats.
And then Angry Beavers was awesome. Invader Zim was pretty cool.
I never got to see much Invader Zim. I liked what I saw. But
It was cool. Then I don't remember anything about Rocket Power. I know I watched
It
it,
wasn't very good
but I don't remember anything about
because
it.
it wasn't memorable.
Do you remember anything about that show, Eric?
No, I didn't watch a lot of the old Nick shows.
Hmm.
I watched like fucking Animaniacs and shit like that.
Anime.
Ah, WB cartoons. were the
Freakazoid.
best.
I watched the shit out of those.
Freakazoid, Pinky and the Brain, Tiny.
Yeah, Pinky and the Brain was great.
Back then, the
Earthworm Jim.
I never saw enough Earthworm
That
Jim.
shit is hysterical.
I remember it being cool.
You never
but
heard of it?
No. I
Oh.
Then there was a lot of good cartoons back then. Fucking Batman the Animated Series was fucking badass.
Even the old Cartoon Network, like Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo was awesome.
Yeah, it was. Didn't that get kicked
I
off the
remember
air
Johnny
for being
Bravo.
sexist?
Oh,
I completely forgot about Johnny Bravo.
It was a very sexist show with how
okay.
he treated women.
That's okay.
Jason over here has no problem with
That's
sexism.
cool.
It's like, yep, sexism.
Just the way nature
Another
wants it.
Andrewism that we joke about all the time. We were walking through the shopping plaza in our
I know where this is
hometown.
going. Yes.
He just goes, "Hey, you know what's fun? Oppressing women."
Woo!
Yeah,
And
and-
they're like, and these two like middle-aged women just turn and like glare at us.
Huh?
I was like, we can't take him anywhere.
but like, it's been a while since he's been like that and said funny things like that just for the sole purpose of making people laugh, you know?
Mhm.
Or whatever. Like when he was on the fucking podcast bitching about Joy Division.
Oh yeah. No, he started off complaining about the British in general. I forget why, some software company that we were ranting about. And he goes, "Screw the British. Screw them and their crooked, ugly Joy Division loving teeth. Cause that band sucks. Bono likes Joy Division, and Bono sucks." I was like, that's an interesting train of thought.
Yeah, that's how Andrew's mind at least used to work. It hasn't apparently in a while, but the guy's on like enough like antidepressant type drugs
down
and
a
stuff
horse.
to slow down a horse.
Powers.
can't say I disagree with him on the Bono sucks song though.
Well, I do like some U2, but
Well, they have a few songs that I like. New Year's Day is a good song.
that's
Bloody Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday Bloody
yeah.
Sunday's a good song. Vertigo sucks.
That song was so annoying.
That song sucks so fucking bad.
1, 2, 3,
Contortion.
14.
And then what else was a good one?
Where the streets have.
Yeah, Where the Streets Have No Name is
Yeah.
a good one.
Reminds me of Inception.
And
That's
In the
okay.
Name of Love is a good one.
Mm.
I like some of their newer stuff too. Like, 2001.
But like
After that, not
every
so
single
much.
time I hear the song "In the Name of Love," I think of the episode of The Simpsons where Homer was running for sanitation commissioner.
It's nice.
You remember he interrupted the U2 concert
Oh yeah, I remember. I've seen
to
that one.
announce that he was running for sanitation
Didn't they take him off
commissioner?
stage and beat him up backstage and you see
Yeah.
it on the screen?
Yeah, they were showing it on the screen while they were playing "In the Name of Love."
I remember
It was
that.
beautiful.
That was when. Yes.
I fucking love that episode. That was a really good one.
Simpsons are still going somehow.
Love that show. Never get tired of it.
Neither do I, dude.
Very witty.
Yeah, you guys
More
keep
witty
it going.
than most people give it credit for.
Yeah,
I always laugh at least once during that show. At least once.
it's always been very, very witty, and that's what a lot of other shows,
Family Guy.
well, Family Guy being an example, are kind of missing. Family Guy's random, and it gets a lot of its humor from being completely random and off the wall, but it's not as witty as The Simpsons.
No, Family Guy gives me a chuckle
Yeah.
most of the time. Yeah, it's not as good, but it's still good.
And
It's a guilty pleasure.
in my opinion, at least, Family Guy does not have the quite the same level of in-depth characters that The Simpsons does.
They're kind
I
of
mean-
one-dimensional.
Yeah, a lot of them are very one-dimensional in my opinion.
Giggity,
And
giggity! Yeah!
Quagmire is about the most one-dimensional of them all,
Yes.
but he's kind of a one-note joke type character, and he
Uh.
exists to be a one-note joke.
Well, pretty
Uh-huh.
much the whole Griffin family, except for Peter, are all, like, cool.
Yes.
I've
Chris
heard
is
a
the
lot
man.
of people fucking hate Brian now.
Why?
I love Brian in the show. I think the funniest episodes are when it's just him and Stewie.
Well, like, I
Kinda
know.
overdone him, but yeah.
I know that Quagmire had some kind of massive rant in one episode about why he hates Brian,
Didn't say it.
but I can't for the life of me remember what episode. What I just remember him giving this huge fucking long ass rant about why he hates Brian, and that's all I remember.
Brian was, like, my favorite character for a little while, and then he kind of just turned into like, Bill Hicks, except not as funny.
Bill Hicks.
He's a comedian.
Didn't he die?
Yeah, he
And then
did.
he died, yeah.
Is
Then
he the
he
one
did.
that talked about like flying out of LA and then getting to
Yeah.
London and looking at the papers and seeing the LA burn to the ground?
Yeah, he flew. He took a trip from. He lived in L.A. Bill Hicks,
Yes.
and he decided to take a trip to England one day. He lands. He randomly took off from LA International Airport right before the LA race riots broke out. So he's like I land 12 hours later, Heathrow
You're right. Ethan.
European Airport. I look at a newsstand. Los Angeles burns to the ground.
Wow.
And what? I think the latest city to burn was it London? Was the latest city to quote unquote burn to the ground, or was it Vancouver?
I don't recall.
I don't remember.
Well, I know London had the huge fucking riots a while back,
Greece is having riots too, or they did, so I don't know.
and then Vancouver was like flipping
was a
cars
big
over and
to-do in
setting
Vancouver.
shit on fire and stuff like that when the Canucks went to the finals and lost in hockey.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I never got that.
Let's burn the city down. Why? Because my team lost. Whatever.
So you need to get some sleep soon, dude.
Yeah, man, I gotta get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
We won't go for much longer. We've been going for a little, like 50 minutes already, so...
About
Really?
the standard. About
Yeah.
the standard.
50?
Yeah.
We're having fun, that's why.
Yeah, that went by pretty quick.
Well, time flies when you're having... I enjoy doing podcasts, like, I enjoy the recording process of
we
it,
just
at
lose
least.
we lose ourselves in it, dude. It's just
Well,
time disappears.
I kind of, well,
Usually.
and I haven't had you on the fucking podcast in a long...
50 minutes goes down to like 25 minutes.
Oh, man, I think that was the longest one yet,
Get
man.
yourself together. It's a stuck in
Moments,
and you can't get out of it. You gotta see Mick Jagger performing that.
I got the moves like Jagger, so I really don't care about it.
You know
I
who
got
has the
his
moves like Jagger? Jagger.
You know what I
He's
noticed
old.
that this just did...
Jason, you have the move Fagger. Oh, that's the first stuff.
You know what I noticed
that?
that this MP3 Skype recorder that I have did when it just disconnected? It quit recording
So,
and then picked up exactly where it left off.
Huh.
That's kind of cool.
Interesting.
Are you gonna say, Eric?
oh no, I was asking what it did. Yeah, 'cause it disconnected there for a couple minutes, right?
Yeah, it just disconnected for like 30 seconds or so. I think that's the longest time that it's disconnected since we started recording. When it's
It's
done.
being a major hua tonight.
Aha!
Yeah, it didn't do this last time. Last time, and we were on the same because we were running off of Clear last time we did a Skype podcast.
Yeah.
So it didn't. I mean, it was running much fucking better last time. I don't know why it keeps like cutting out.
It's a fucking whore.
At least this.
Hua.
It's a fucking whore!
Say that with a Boston accent.
Fucking
That was
whore!
the Boston app.
I know.
Boston accent. Fuck you, Joe.
That's what I'm saying. You got to say it with
Shut
a Boston
the fuck
accent.
up, Barbara.
Park the fucking.
Park
car.
the fucking car, Barbara! DVR!
Oh, I don't know if Eric knows about that. We had
Another one of Andrew's
Oh,
finest moments.
he's...
Yeah, another one of Andrew's.
This is why I'm
finest
sad about
moments.
Andrew, because he has so much good material in his head and things are the way.
Yeah, another one of Andrew's finest moments. We were recording a podcast, and then we were doing a story on the Connect having it being implemented into televisions, and he brought up a news article that he read that says that voice commands like the Connect have trouble recognizing certain accents, and one of them was the Boston
South
accent.
Boston accent.
So then we were like, imagine just this guy yelling at his TV and DVR
DVR!
in a Boston accent, and the DVR's like, dude, what? I can't understand you."
Harvard!
Yeah, Boston needs a team called the Harvard Advox.
That'd be awesome. Change the name, just do it for help. Just for the laughs. Write to Harvard
Just for the laughs of
Yeah,
hearing
talk to Harvard
everybody in
Lampoon about
Boston say Harvard Advox.
Talk to Harvard Lampoon about it. They'll fix it.
Speaking of Boston, the Red Sox are only one game under now.
So what?
Yeah, I know. I'm happy. I mean, they're still blowing ass, but
Well put!
They've been more stable lately, which means basically their bullpen has sucked less, because that was the largest part of why they were absolutely, like, being fucking terrible.
I know where we stand. We have no chance this year, but as long as we're not last.
Well, I'd like to see them at least get above and stay above 500, you know?
9,000! 9,000.
That would be kind of. I mean, I don't expect that much from them this year unless they're going to trade away like half their bullpen and get better people. Which, how you going to trade away crap and get something good? You can't really do that, you know.
You could trade in a Christina Aguilera CD and get something better, and it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, this is a good point. But I was talking about in baseball. If you trade a crappy, if you're like, here, have Mike Melanson, who was terrible every single fucking time he pitched for Boston. He was supposed to be their closer, and he was awful, like worse than Vicente Padilla bad. You know, you're getting out the fucking cat. Oh god.
Oh, not the cat.
Oh
The
god.
cat just said not the cat.
He's got this. Actually, I've got it on my
Don't
phone
hate the
too.
pussy, fucker.
He's got this app on his Android phone, and I've got the same thing. It's called Talking Tomcat. Or
Yeah, I have that on my iPad.
oh, so you know what it is.
Going around.
We
Fucker's
found
funny.
this 2 years ago,
What?
and then like I just remembered it, and I was like, we gotta get that back. And I got my brother to download it. We were at a bar.
We were passing his phone back
we
and
just
forth
could
at a
not
bar
stop laughing
and
at it.
talking to this thing and like laughing as it repeated everything we said.
And then Dean died.
You want to explain to him the whole and then Dean died thing?
And then he died.
Didn't I?
Did he explain that to you, Eric? I don't remember.
What's that?
And then Dean died.
The phrase "and then Dean died." Why
No.
say that?
My one friend from high school, he was kind of an idiot. And then he died. No, well, basically, I kind of lost touch with him. He moved in with his stepdad in West Virginia. Then he came back for one summer, and we went to Hershey Park. And it was like the first time that I rode on roller coasters, and I kind of liked it, but I got really sick, and he kept talking me into going on more roller coasters, because he was kind of a douche like that.
Dick.
And I got really, really sick, and I blew chunks all over like a whitewater rafting ride, and there was like regurgitated pizza floating down the water flume. But anyway, so then like I didn't see him, and then like I started college, and I was away from town for like a whole year, and I came back, and he'd gone back to West Virginia, and then like later on in that summer, I hear from my one friend that said that he was going to join the Army or the Navy or the Marines or something like that. And he got bored one night when he was in basic training. I'm not sure if he was even in basic training yet or not. And he went out with some of his military buddies, and they tried to burglarize a general store or a bar or something while it was closed. And he was climbing through the window, and the owner showed up and shot him in the back, and then he died. So, yeah, I told my brother about this. He's like, oh man, he died in pursuit of beer. That gets infinite medal points.
And then
So
one
I
day,
do feel bad for him, but at the same time, that's just hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
yeah, and then like you were telling me a story about him one day, and then you were like, and it
then
didn't
he
even
died.
have didn't even have to do with his death, and you were just like, and then he died, and I said, that's it. From now on, every Dean story must end with the phrase, and then he died. And you thought that
Even if
was
it's not a Dean story, it's like, so we were there as we're playing football. It was me and Rob Wenrick and Andrew and my other friend Andy. I don't know anymore. And Dean DeVore was there, and then he died. And then we played football, and
And then he died.
then he died.
yeah. Anytime Dean gets mentioned, and then he died.
And then our friend Jake died.
Yeah.
Well, I use the term friend loosely. So it's like, and then Dean died. And then Jake died. Then my car battery died. And then Ryan Dunn died. And then they all died. Yeah, we're terrible people.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, we started making jokes about Jake like within like a month of him dying.
Dude, you need
Yeah,
to
and
give
that
him
all
like 3
started
months.
with Mary's little brother.
Oh yeah.
He was telling intentionally telling a story about
Go
Jake that
nowhere
didn't
story.
go anywhere. It was like listening to Grandpa Simpson tell a story. You know what I mean?
Some story about them
Right.
on that lower roof or something. It's like, he's saying all this messed up stuff, and then Mary was like, "Oh man, you be tripping, man." And we're all like, "Man, Jake, what the heck?" And then he died.
He just blurts
We're like,
out, and then he
man,
died. We're like,
it's only been like 2 weeks.
yeah,
dude."
this was like 2 weeks after Jake died, and we're like, dude, whoa, you know? That guy lived in my house for a while.
Then he died.
Never too soon.
What'd you say?
So it's never too soon for a joke.
We were making fun of Michael Jackson like the day that he died.
Yeah, he didn't feel like a week, like a day.
2 minutes after he heard, it's like, okay, what kind of jokes can you think of that? You know?
Yeah, right.
Michael Jackson pronounced dead on the scene.
Kids everywhere feel a lot safer.
No more touchy.
I got mad when people said they felt safer because Dr. Kevorkian was dead, and I was like, "You're an idiot."
Bullshit.
I gotta get to bed, folks.
Yeah, we gotta
Sorry.
sign off, so.
Sure.
This has been another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick. With me this week was Gameface. Say goodbye, Gameface.
Take it easy, known universe. Eric, good talking to you again. Catch you.
You too.
Thank you.
Also with us this week was Eric. Say goodbye, Eric.
Good night, interwebs.
Last but not least, this week, coming back after a long hiatus was Towel. Say goodbye, Towel.
Blah, blah, blah.
Always good to have you on the show. We will talk next week here on
Blah, blah, blah.
Wait,
Digital-delirium.
you're not gonna say Durka Durka Muhammad Jihad?
You just did it for me. Blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
okay.
Good night.
Okay.
Bye-bye.